Will the Canon EOS R6 Mark III stick with 24 megapixels or deliver a higher resolution? And what about finally delivering CFexpress Type B card slots like the competition in the Nikon Z6 Mark III? But before we get to the details, please subscribe to this channel. It doesn't cost you anything, helps this channel grow, and keeps you up to date on the latest camera coverage. Nikon released the Z6 Mark III in June, providing best-in-class capabilities, leading many to expect that the R6, the Mark II, might get an update, especially as it was discounted $500. And shortly after the announcement of the Nikon Z6 Mark III, Canon rumors told us that the R6 Mark III would be coming in late 2024, but changed the announcement date to Q1 2025 in an early September post. But early this morning, on the eve of October, Canon rumors tells us there are plenty of rumors that the R6 Mark III would be announced towards the end of 2024, with several of those rumors coming from Canon rumors themselves, but now saying we've been told a few times that the announcement will be sometime in Q1 of 2025. And for those of you hoping to see a resolution boost from 24 megapixels to something higher, like maybe, 26, 30, or 33 megapixels, yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're pretty confident that the EOS R6 Mark III will stick with 24 megapixels and focus on speed. It will be sporting a variation of the Canon EOS R3 image sensor. But there's one enhancement to the EOS R6 Mark III that's been, well, expected for a long time. Again, looking at the competition, the Nikon Z6 Mark III, or even the Z6 Mark II, the Z6 period has had dual card slots, but one of those card slots has been, well, a CFexpress Type B card slot. Whereas the R6 Mark II, well, we're stuck with just dual SD card slots. V90 though, but they're SD card slots with much slower speeds than even the slowest CFexpress Type B card slot. Thanks to Canon rumors, we're told that a welcomed addition will reportedly be a CFexpress card slot to go along with the SD card slot, just like the EOS R5 Mark II. And while certainly this would be a big boost to Canon EOS R6 owners, getting much faster throughput to be able to shoot at a higher burst rate, which it can already do at 40 frames per second, and also allowing it to shoot at 4K 120 frames per second on the EOS R5 Mark II, what we're seeing is if you want to be able to shoot at that resolution and refresh rate or speed, you're only going to be able to do it if you actually have a CFexpress Type B card in there. And in fact, while you do have the ability to record to both card slots at the same time, when you have 4K 120 selected, you can't. You just have to be able to record to CFexpress Type B. So while this does allow faster or a higher refresh rate, a faster shooting speed, and also higher resolutions, what we're really expecting is that this capability, this hardware capability, is more in response to the Nikon Z6 Mark III. And while Nikon has had a CFexpress Type B card slot in previous versions of the Z6 Mark III is best in class in terms of video capabilities, stills capabilities, and processing capabilities. It's curious that we had to wait this long for the R6 to actually get that capability. The one thing I wonder though is, will this increase the price of the R6? Now we saw a price, and we still do, I think the price is still $500 off. I just checked last week. That's a pretty significant discount on a camera that's been out less than 2 years. Will Canon increase the price of the R6 Mark III over the R6 Mark II? The release price, not the sale price. When the R6 Mark II came out, it had the exact same price as the R6 Mark I. But the R5 Mark II, God, quite a big boost in price. The R5 Mark I came out with a price of, well, $38.99. The R5 Mark II had a much higher price of $42.99. And that was a little bit surprising, because if we look at the capabilities of the R5 Mark II, while really good, I own the camera myself, if we look to the Nikon Z8, it's not a big, huge jump over that camera, which is $36.96. So while we don't have any rumors on price at this point, I would be expecting that Canon might indeed push the price of the R6 Mark III just a little bit higher. I wouldn't expect them to go too much higher. Now, Sony is getting ready to refresh the a7 IV in Q1 also of 2025. I think $2,500 is a good price point for the R6 Mark III as well as the a7R5, or sorry, the a7 V. Forgive me, I'm tripping over my words. It's early in the morning here. Pushing that price point for these cameras, even if only by $100 or $200, is a big deal. And in the United States, I get it, $2,600, $2,700 is still a decent amount of money. But outside of the United States, in countries like, well, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and even Europe, with that exchange rate differential, that could boost prices significantly in the local currency. So hopefully we don't have the price pushed up much higher. And with a discount of $500 for the past few months on the Mark II, I'm still holding out that we won't see a huge price increase. And while Canon rumors had previously said that the R6 Mark III won't be getting the Digic accelerator chip found in the R5 Mark II and the upcoming Canon EOS R1, Canon rumors is now saying that they're pondering that we might indeed get a variant of that chip, that AI processing chip. The R6 Mark III isn't some sort of wild rumor. It's real, and it's out there. It's in the wild. It's in the hands of testers, photographers, and videographers. And if you've managed somehow to overhear anything through the grapevine, please reach out to us and let us know what you've heard. You can reach out to us through a direct message through X, formerly known as Twitter, or through our email address. Our address can be found on this channel's main page. And while it appears that the EOS R6 Mark III isn't going to be announced until Q1 of 2025, it's going to be in good company. Apparently Sony is delaying the announcement of several key cameras, such as, well, a follow-up to the FX3/A7S III, the a7 V, and maybe even the a7 R6. It's in good company. Now, Panasonic, well, it's really hard to say. I would like to see something announced in October. I mean, it's been 6 years, 6 long years since we got the announcement, the teaser of the S1 and the S1R. And it's not far off the 6 years for the S1H. Hopefully we get something soon. I can't imagine them making us wait 6.5 or even 7 years. I know Panasonic is going through a bit of a crisis right now, but really, that's no excuse if they want to stay in the game. I mean, to stay in the game, you've got to keep playing. Now, going back to Canon, there is one major flagship camera that hasn't started shipping yet, but that was announced on July the 17th, and that's the EOS R1. It will start shipping according to B&H late November, around November the 26th. And if you're interested in purchasing that camera, pre-ordering it, you haven't ordered it yet, then please consider using my, what am I trying to say here? My affiliate links, my pre-order links for the R1 to Adorama and B&H in the comments or in the description section down below, these guys right here. If you do use those links though, just be transparent. I could make anywhere from 2 to 8% back, which really does help support this channel, and it's very much appreciated. For those of you that have done it, give yourself a pat on the back because you're responsible for keeping this channel on the air. I'm excited to see what this camera might provide, and in terms of its capabilities, I know that if you're a sports shooter, for certain wildlife photographers, from everything I've heard from the Olympics, it is truly a stunning camera, and it's cheaper than the predecessor, the 1DX Mark III. For $64.99, the R1 is $62.99. It's kind of strange, isn't it? Canon gave us a little bit of love discounting the R1, but the R5 Mark II made up that difference. Yeah, well, that's just how it is sometimes. Anyhow, I am expecting October to be a slow month. Again, I'm keeping an eye out for any sort of Panasonic announcement. But I'm pretty happy with a slow October. That'll allow me to relax a little bit. I'm back in the office 50% of the time, so that makes my days a little bit longer and a little bit more tiring. But I'm looking forward to a trade show in early November, and that's Profusion. I talked to you about it earlier. This will be the first trade show I've been to. I can't for the life of me imagine why I didn't go in 2023 or 2022 or even 2021. After all, it's just a 52-minute train ride away in downtown Toronto. I believe it's Wednesday, November the 6th. That's the day I'm planning on attending. And I think the reason why they call it Profusion, it's aimed at pros, and it's not just for photographers, but videographers and cinematographers as well. So not nearly as big as those trade shows you see in Las Vegas, spanning multiple buildings, but it has a lot of incredible representation in a much shorter square footage. So if you're planning on attending, if you live in the GTA or Buffalo or the northern US states, and you're planning on attending, reach out to me in the comment section down below and let me know. It's a 2-day event. I'm planning on showing up on Wednesday, not Thursday. 1 day's enough for me in Toronto. It's I'm with my back the way it is these days, I'm just not eager to travel anymore. Have I left anything out? No, that pretty much covers it off. Again, on our radar, we are expecting a firmware update for the R5 Mark II, and I'm looking forward to it. I was shooting this weekend at a fire department open house with a 100 to 500 millimeter, this guy right here, and I came across something really strange. I had previously reported that shooting with this lens and the 200 to 800, autofocus was really, really snappy. This time around, and I was not shooting long distance like I was in the past, I was shooting closer, and I made sure it was more than the minimum focusing distance, and something strange happened. It was like I'm on strike. It wasn't focusing, wasn't moving. I turned the camera off, turned it back on, same thing. Pull the battery. After about a minute, it started functioning again, but this was the first time I'd noticed any sort of glitch with the autofocus system with the R5 Mark II. So I am looking forward to a firmware update. I got up early this morning, expecting that we might have a firmware update announcement. After all, it is Wednesday here in North America. But we didn't. We got information about the R6 Mark III, and I thought, you know what? It's been slow. Let's get up early, get a video out there for you, because I'm back in the office again today. And that means I wouldn't have a chance to record this until late in the evening Wednesday and then out Thursday. So I thought I'd get up early, get this video out to you. So a big thanks for watching to the end, for subscribing, for commenting. Have yourself a great day. And as soon as I hear anything about a new firmware update for the R5 Mark II, I'll go ahead and publish a video for you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have yourself a great day, a great week, and we'll see you again soon.